Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, faculty members, graduating class, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear family. Before I start, I'd like to thank somebody, an organization, which equipped every one of the graduates with a copy of my book. The book, entitled The Weight of Freedom, reflects my struggle to be worthy of being free. It's not an easy task. We're daily bombarded by different thoughts, by different ideas, but we must prevail. I'm very grateful to the Azrieli Foundation, who made it possible to and gave you a copy of my book. I hope you read it, and I hope you take something out of it which I thought would be meaningful to you. My dear friends, it's 76 years ago, in 1943, I stood as a 15-year-old boy in the shadows of a Nazi gas chamber, deprived of my humanity, my human rights, I was a worthless number to be eliminated at any moment. What was the probability then that I would be standing here today to be so honored by my alma mater? I'm humbled and thank the University Governing Council for selecting me for this honor. I also thank all of those who submitted recommendations on my behalf. I'm forever grateful to all of you. Thank you. For nearly 2 years, we were incarcerated in various Nazi concentration camps, suffering hunger, despair, and living in constant fear for our lives. Every day more painful, and every day more uncertain. Sick and near to death, we were finally liberated on May 2nd, 1945, by the American Army. My dear friends, as wonderful as it was an empty victory. You see, we were deprived of our family, our home, our possessions. We had nowhere to go. No country would accept us. Also, we had family in Canada. The attitude to Jewish refugees was none too many in those years. We were stuck in Germany among our former persecutors for over 3 years. Finally, in the fall of 1948, we were admitted to Canada. For 9 years, I lost my education. I had no education for 9 years. But with the help of my Canadian family, much perseverance, I graduated from Harvard Collegiate in 1950 and entered this wonderful University of Toronto. It was here that I started my new life. This institution equipped me with tools that allowed me to grow and accomplish my life's dream. And I hope this happens to you as well, graduating here today. My life in Canada was not always easy. However, we prevailed our difficulties, and we built a successful engineering consulting firm. Together with my dear wife, wonderful and beautiful wife, we raised a large and great family, only recently to be marred by the loss of our dear daughter, a dear wife, a dear mother, a dear great-granddaughter, a dear sister of Lisa and Arla, our daughter Rhonda. Then in 2016, together with my wife, my daughter Arla, my granddaughter Jennifer, I accompanied the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, to Auschwitz-Birkenau. We stood at the ruins of the gas chamber where many of my family members were murdered. The Prime Minister embraced me after we said a prayer, and we both cried. You can imagine this event. You can imagine how proud and honored I was only a few years prior that I was a person of non-value. Canada is a wonderful country today, but it was not always so. Before 1948, Canada had a discriminatory immigration policy, not only for Jews, but also for many other visible minority refugees. Look at the country now. What a great and diversified country Canada is. Our diversity is our strength. And Canada is an example to the rest of the world of what can be done if good men of goodwill get together and we overcome our prejudices. We have proven that we can all live in a lawful, safe, and peaceful environment, respecting and accepting each other's customs and religions. However, we cannot rest on our laurels. We live in a times when a number of countries have elected populist governments, and the level of hatred, anti-Semitism, xenophobia is reaching new heights. Hatred against one group invariably does not stop there. Have no illusions. It spreads like wildfire. In the last few months, we have seen the results of hatred, horrendous terror attacks against religious institutions in Pittsburgh, Christchurch, Sri Lanka, California. The resulting unprecedented, wonderful community rallies, the vigils, were much better than the response of silence. Silence does not help the victims, only the perpetrators. Hatred, anti-Semitism, and xenophobia are products of misinformation, ignorance, generalization, and can be overcome or at least diminished by education. However, my dear friends, education is not enough, alone is not enough. The leading perpetrators of the Nazi Holocaust were well-educated people, doctors, lawyers, accountants, architects, and engineers. From this, we can see that education must include compassion, fairness, justice, and above all, empathy. Empathy for our fellow man, regardless of where they came from and what their beliefs are. Tolerance also is not enough. It is temporary, and it reduces the individual to a lower level with the expectation that they will conform to our ways before we accept them as equals. So what is the answer? In my opinion, it is respect for the law of the host country, primarily. Mutual respect and mutual acceptance of the individual and the willingness for us to learn from each other. Mutual acceptance is not easy, but it is possible. I don't want to change the way you believe, the way you dress, or the way you, what language you speak. I want to accept you as you are, provided that you accept me as I am. Dear graduates, you had no choice to who you were born to. But you can choose your destiny. You should not be a bystander, because bystanders, through their inaction, are giving tacit approval to the perpetrators. You should stand up for the truth, for the right of free expression that does not promote hatred. Beware of false news and generalizations, for generalizations are our greatest enemies. They promote misunderstanding, prejudice, and hatefulness. Hateful words always are the precursor to violence. Dear graduates, you embark on a new career and a new way of life, as I have many decades ago. As educators and teachers, you are entrusted with the most precious and the greatest assets of our nation, the hearts and minds of our young people. You have our future in your hands. You may encounter some hard and difficult times. Never despair and never lose hope. Hope is the most wonderful element in human beings because it takes us through the greatest difficulties and leads us on the right way. You have been equipped with great knowledge and wonderful tools. Use them successfully. And I hope you will continue to learn. And I wish you much luck and greater success in your career and in your life. Thank you.